So my question is this: is there anywhere that our Peter the Rock Obi has not visited? Hey, because he's visited places that I didn't even know existed in Nigeria. So that's my question. Is there anywhere that our principal has not yet visited? And please, what vitamins does he take? That level of energy, I need to borrow some.
Me too. After experiencing Peter Obi for a couple of weeks, I had to run because I thought I was going to die. So I don't know the vitamins. Today, when I saw that he was somewhere in Lagos, yeah, it was today, no, yesterday when I saw that he was in Lagos, I was like, when did this one, like, because we left him with they are finished Lagos, then they were supposed to go to Nnewi today. So, after Lagos, people will rest, then Nnewi. So, and I saw Peter Obi again in Lagos. I was like, this man, it's very difficult to keep up with Peter Obi. Sometimes people ask you, how come you're in the PCC and you don't even know where he is today? See, the times I had to move around with Peter Obi, the flight he takes, his first flight in the morning, I think is 6:30. You wake up by 4 a.m. He will wake you up himself. Somebody that you spoke to at 1 a.m. in the morning, by 4 a.m. you are seeing his call. Let us go to the airport, and you're wondering, oh my God, who is going to keep up with this man? In terms of places that he has visited, I mean, Peter Obi has gone to so many places that other people do not even intend to go, and I have never intended or have never taken time to go and campaign in places that people have even forgotten that government or politicians remember them. He has gone there. And today I heard that in one state in the north, they were angry that he went to campaign somewhere, and I was like, that particular place has never seen a presidential campaign. They just expect to get votes from that place, but they never really visit places like where I come from, southern Kaduna. Peter Obi visited my mother's village and my father's village, Kafanchan and Kagoro. And I'll never forget, we have never had a presidential candidate come to our place. We trekked with him between those two local governments. Our people trekked, they followed, they danced, they trekked between local governments. If you know how big our local governments are. So, I mean, we're so grateful that this is the kind of campaign. And, he has changed the way campaigns happen in Nigeria. He has changed the way. He has gone to meet Nigerians everywhere. He has addressed them on the media, has answered all sorts of questions. This is the most engaged presidential candidates ever in Nigeria. You can see that the other presidential candidates are struggling to keep up. I keep saying that if he was not in this campaign season, they would have been going to eat corn. You can see when Peter Obi goes to market, he goes to address. He doesn't go to lie to them that I can eat corn like you and drink pure. He humanizes people. He will go and make you feel like you're a human being with thoughts. Your thoughts matter, your reality matters, and I'm coming to meet you at your level. Because these people will go to the market, they will not say much. They will go and drink corn. They will buy ube from the woman that is roasting this. Do this one, do that one. Those days are long gone. Talk to Nigerians. Nigerians are very intelligent human beings. They want to know your plans for them. They want to know that you can relate. And he has done this. So we're really grateful for that.
All right.
Mr. Nigeria, can I ask just one question? Is that okay?
It's supposed to be one question, but go ahead. Quickly.
Please. So regarding this we heard that some voter units were cancelled. So it's a concern because when I was like, what's going on? So do you know anything about that?
I said there were zero voters in those polling units. There were zero registered voters in those polling units, so there was no need to hold elections in those polling units.
Okay. That's also a similar question I wanted to pass here on the comment session, because somebody was already asking that on the comment session. Okay. I would like us to move on now. Let's move on to the next person on the panel. Okay. The next person here is F. Emmanuel. Sir, do you have a question?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Good evening to you once again. Go ahead with your question.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. We lost you again, sir.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Yes.
So where are you joining us from?
Okay, I'm calling from Texas, United States of America. Okay. A quick question, first of all, Sani Deswa. Yeah, because I grew up in Kaduna. I school in Kachia. So I know all those areas. Yeah, I also, been in Kafanchan. So a quick question, how is Obi Dati really selling in areas like Kachia, Zonkwa, Kwei, Kenyi, Kagoro, Kasomagani, Kuruminjatao, all these Zongo Katep area that, you know, I know that more of dominant of Christians. How is Obidaji really selling in those locality?
We're the owners of Peter Obi in our area, or the rest of you, those of you from the southeast, you have rented him for most of his life. The real owners have collected him now. So the rest of you have to take a back seat. In Southern Kaduna, the Peter Obi movement is really live, you know, also backed by the vibrant Jonathan Asake. You know, our people are also tired of the two dominant political parties, especially when, you know, most times you vote for either of the two because you don't have an option. But right now, Nigerians have an option, and it is clear, you know. So our people have been religiously one party, and that is PDP. And you know, right now at this point, many of our people are questioning, you know, that religiosity, that follow that we have followed, and like, okay, we have a better option. These people have taken us for granted. Again, you know, supported this party for so long. It's this election that PDP presidential candidate finally came to Southern Kaduna, and that is because they knew definitely that Peter Obi's movement had already started overtaking everything in the area, and there was really nothing they could do. So in a desperate move, they ran down to the village, and people recognize that for what it is. You know, again, if you see the show of love when Peter Obi came, as opposed to when the other candidates came to Southern Kaduna, you would understand that there's been a seismic shift.
Wow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you.
I hail you again once again. Sunday Zoa.
Thank you. Now go
all right. Ndi Kato, I'm gonna pick some calls. I already have someone here on the phone. So Madam Rita, you can call in as well, but I already have CM here. Good evening to you, Oga CM. Please talk to us. Go ahead. You have 1 minute, sir.
Now, wow. Good evening, Niger Watch. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our platform, Ndi Kato, our able and articulate spokesperson from the Northwest, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we've read you, we've heard you over and over. Now, what I want to say is this, by way of a bit. I know as a spokesperson, you must have been having feedback from people, particularly people from Southern Kaduna, about their expectation of what Peter Obi's presidency will give to them. To me, I'm from Anambra, the same place with Peter Obi. What I want Peter Obi to do is first, wait till he gets in, let him swing into action arrangement to restructure Nigeria constitutionally. Then what do you think are the expectations of your own people from that side of that part of the world? That's my question.
Oh, we share a lot of similarities in terms of our interests and what we want out of Nigeria. For Southern Kaduna people, it's very important that Nigeria is restructured. There are two options for us. Southern Kaduna people have been pushing for Gurara state, a state of their own, or for a restructured Nigeria. So either of these two things. And we want everyone to be on the table when the conversation around restructuring, so that it's not again.
Network.
Okay, so I was saying it's not the kind of restructuring where, you know, just like how states were created, minority tribes like ours, you know, we're not middle belt tribes, we're not considered in the conversation. So we need to understand the kind of restructuring that is going to happen, and it's important for us that the kind of support we are given, we are on the table when this conversation on restructuring happens.
Okay, thank you. I have another caller right here, Madam Rita. Madam Rita, go ahead with your question.
Yes, good afternoon, Ndi Kato. It's nice, it's a pleasure, you know, seeing women like you, you know, speaking out bravely. And I just want to encourage you that you should continue doing what you're doing. And, you know, this is not like a question, Chris. Sorry, my name is Rita, and I'm calling from Toronto, Canada. And this is not really a question. It's kind of like, I'm just trying to express something that I've noticed. And it's a kind of worry. I noticed that a lot of people know Peter Obi, right? But many people, you know, they don't really, from what I've seen on social media, they don't really know what the logo is. So, you know, I'm just advising that, you know, I think your team should pay more emphasis to a lot of people. They love Peter Obi. They want to vote for him.
When we were in the market, people were shouting "Mama, Papa, Pikin." when we're in the markets, people were, I think at the beginning of the campaign, you can say, oh, maybe people did not know the logo. But, you know, with the level of advocacy that has happened, many people now know the logo. People understand the logo. These adverts have gone out. Young people have traveled from village to village. If you go to my region, you would see people carrying this conversation and the logo everywhere. So that has happened. The other thing we're expecting to see is a lot of billboards, right? Many people want to see a lot of billboards and a lot of posters, but these things cost a lot of money. And the donation accounts have been up there for so long. Sometimes in a bit of excitement, you know, people will say, let us raise money for this person. The person did something exciting. You raise money, you dash the person. Let us do this and give this person. We saw their picture, we liked it. You raise money, you will dash the person. But when Peter Obi's campaign accounts are put out there, like, please donate, we're not seeing the same fever, the same, you know, eagerness. Okay, let us make sure this trends for as long as possible. Just day before yesterday, Patutomi and the Big Tent Group did a whole telethon on Plus TV, on YouTube, and the DSTV channel to make sure that, you know, the donation accounts go out and people donate. And how many views were there? But, you know, if somebody dances a special obedience dance in front of motorcycle, everybody will go in a frenzy. We like the dance, we're excited, we like all of those stunts, we like the dance, we're excited, let's share. Next you see 200,000 views, 300,000 views on those kinds of things. But when the importance, the nitty-gritty, the things that can move the campaign and help the campaign to move forward comes out, it's like people just think this is not exciting enough, I'm not going to share it. So it's like everybody moves with the frenzy, what they consider exciting, what is catchy. But the important things that help campaign move forward, people are not sharing as much as possible. Unfortunately, as you're not sharing and as these funds are not coming as much as possible, we're having so many demands. You know, somebody will say, put jingles on all the radio stations. Like, do you know how many radio stations are in Nigeria? Do you know how many times the jingle has to go out for it to be effective, and how much funding is needed for that? I got one request the other day where somebody said that, oh, now that students have been told that they can go home, that we should provide vehicles for students in all the tertiary institutions in Nigeria to be able to go home and vote. And I'm like, do you people understand what that entails? Like, I would just want us, like, sometimes to just stop and really think about these issues properly, think about these things. The demand sometimes can be overwhelming on the PCC, on Peter Obi himself. And, you know, funding those demands are not as easy. With what we have, with the resources we have, people have been able to do door-to-door campaign. What we are lucky to have is a lot of people volunteering. People have been able to do door-to-door campaign, and that is working for us, and that is what we are going with. But a lot of the other things you demand and you want to have, let us have this logo going as many places as possible. It takes a lot of money.
Thank you.
Money that is not being donated as much as should be.
Okay, Madam Rita, you're done?
Yes, thank you very much, and God bless you. God bless obedient. Viva obedient movement.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, I have another caller right here before I come back to my panelists. Let me quickly, Prince Collins, you're trying to call in. Please, can you just quickly do that? All right. 1 minute, please. Bear with us. Please share this broadcast and share and like. Prince Collins, thanks for calling in. Please go ahead.
Hello.
1 minute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to say congratulations to our person there. I've not seen her as a visitor. I'm seeing her as one of us because we are fighting the same cause together. I'm calling from, presently I'm calling from Spain. I'm calling from Valencia, Spain. So I want to say congratulations to you, our precious lady. My question is regarding the power of incumbency when it comes to the role that incumbency plays, because it plays a very big role in election and transition process in Nigeria. You know, looking at, if you follow the trend of election and transition process in Nigeria from time, you know, the confidence of, you know, polling unit agents to work confidently along with the process to make sure that the votes are not being compromised is there, but we need to be sure of security apparatus that they are working, you know, neutrally to do the right thing. In a situation where security agents are compromised and they begin to work for the incumbent party, to frustrate others.
So
What effort
what's
are
your
we
question
making?
again? Can you?
Yeah, the effort are we making to make sure that the power of incumbency does not oppress or be voters and agents to compromise the election?
Okay.
How can we assure the people? Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Ndi, are you with us? Ndi Kato, are you there? Look, I think the network has affected. Can you hear me? Okay, let's just.
Sorry, my service went off.
Okay, but you can hear me now, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, did you manage to hear the last question?
Yeah, I caught enough to basically have an idea of what he was trying to ask, and I think it's about the security agencies. Just to show, unless they are playing games, and I tend to not overrate Nigerian politicians and think they have anything extra up their sleeves. But you can see that what's the name? FFK, for example, came out to make allegations against Nigerian security apparatus and say that they were supporting a particular candidate, and they called him in for questioning, and he had to put out a humbling apology video, for that kind of thing. So I think the luck we have as obedience is that the two older parties, PDP and APC, are fighting that battle, and based on that battle, security will be forced to be neutral. Already you have a situation where APC is suspecting that the security apparatus is working for PDP. PDP is also accusing of same. We are going to see some level of neutrality. Also, we would understand that in places like Lagos, for example, places that you would have expected that the power of incumbency would have helped APC to be able to rig and to get away with violence, where they will be committing acts of violence, and security would look away on election day. I think it's going to be quite a different ball game this time around. I don't think that the power of incumbency is going to work for APC. Already they are imploding. They're having a lot of disagreements, and it's this neutrality that is making APC question the Tinubu arm or the ACN arm or the people supporting Tinubu within APC question whether the government or the power of incumbency will work for them, because it seems as if Buhari has folded his hands.
Okay, thank you for answering that. Okay, let me come back to the panel quickly. Mr. Victor, you have 1 minute to pass in your question if you have any. Your gadget, please turn down your gadget, sir.
Yeah, I've done it. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Nigeria Watch, and thank you for all our visitors who has come here today to grace the occasion. I call this place like the Fox News of like what we have in America. Well, I'm speaking from the Lone Star State, Dallas, Texas. My name is Victor. I'm a lover. I'm a musketeer for Mr. Obi, our principal. I want to ask this question. My question is a little bit on the others, a little bit round. I want to say this. I want to borrow it from for one of my mentors, somebody I've followed for a long time with history. There are three structures that hold the democracy in any country, and these structures are the people, the judiciary, and the press. I want to know how, if on the day when they swore in Mr. Obi as the president of Nigeria, what does our principal have that plan intact, how to restructure the judiciary so that it can take it off the hands of the politicians and the people that the corrupt people, and also on the order of the reform, how is it going to reform the journal, in short, the press as a whole, because they have a body that compress them, not to really to make them go on investigative journalism. How is it going to do all that, and how is it going to reform the security, state police? That I believe in state police. How is it going to do that? Because the underarm of government is there to tighten his hand. How is it going to go about that too?
Thank you.
So how many questions am I responding to in one?
He passed 2 questions, so you can answer to one or both of them.
I think I would put this under an umbrella of stronger institutions, that Peter Obi has spoken repeatedly about the need for stronger institutions, and that is what he's keen on. This is not a government of strong men, and that is the foremost thing he wants to do. It's not about the person, it's that the institutional reforms that he's talking about and he intends to do will outlive him, that whether or not it's Peter Obi or another person, where we are coming from right now, institutions have been dealt with, our institutions have been reduced to the powers of men, and that is where we are coming from. So one of the first things that we're going to do to hit the ground running, of course, is to make sure that there are institutional reforms, including judicial reforms, to ensure that, look, it is out of it is out of the hands of political manipulation. Again, with a lot of these things, when you enter power, it's very easy for us to say, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do this, we'll do that. But the how is usually more practical when you are in power. You would see why in the first place these things are the way they are and how you can initiate reforms. In terms of institutions too, there'll be a great reference to the Orosanye report, and one of the first things he has talked about is the adopting and implementation of the Orosanye report. So let's look forward to that. I think this is one of the things that would probably happen in the first 100 days. And I'm not saying that everything is going to be solved, but we'll definitely see the ball rolling towards that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Victor. These have been answered. Let's move on to the next person. Okay, Mr. Obi, for Nigeria, Mr. Mofire, please pass in your question if you have any.
Thank you very much for the time. Welcome here, Ndi Kato. Thank you very much for your time. Truly appreciate it. I'll ask you one question. Kinchi Abinchi?
My food is right here by my side.
So what are you cooking, Papa?
Morning. Thomas had me on cooker.
Oh, me on cooker. Okay. Nama cookie.
Nama.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Where you join us from, Oga?
Okay. Actually calling in from United States of America. Here, in Texas.
Okay,
thank you so much for all that you guys have been doing on the campaign and everything. Now the question is, what are we doing to ensure that the grassroots threats to the obedience is being followed up to the point where those threats don't result into violence against the obedient family, like we saw in Lagos, the one that happened on Saturday, and then we had video going on. Then for the 200 and something polling units that were 0 units, polling units, how do we make sure that those polling units are truly 0 polling units, so that way they don't bank on that to carry out their evil act?
Thank you.
I've answered the security question earlier on. I mean, it should be our host can testify to that. I've responded to the security question earlier on. And secondly, if INEC says that there are 0 people in the polling unit, there are 0 people in the polling units. They are simply not there. At the end of the day, on that day, there's no way you can say, I'm going to go and trek to this polling unit to go and find out why there are 0 voters in this polling unit or not. Again, we need to understand the limitations of our resources. So what can happen is we can reach out and ask the names of this polling unit. That is if INEC did not release, and it's most likely because of the way INEC operates now that they may have actually listed the names of this polling unit. So with the way our campaign is decentralized, if there were people in this polling unit and people had registered, somebody would have come out to say, I'm in this polling unit. Why? Somebody would have. And no conversation on that yet. So if there are 210, if INEC says that there are 0 people in those polling units, there are really no people there.
Okay, thank you.
It's an information. Let's know that it's an information they didn't have to release. It's literally they could have said nothing, So saying this means there's nobody there. If they wanted to do something and wanted to play games and cancel polling units, they would have but saying this just means there's no one there.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Ghost Vision TV, thanks for joining us. You have 1 minute Do you have a question? If you do, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Elvis, good evening. Good evening to you, Ndi Kato. Okay, my name is Precious from talking from Helsinki, Finland. I have been a follower on Twitter for years now, and I think is I can actually say you're one of the bravest lady out there for the Obidati campaign.
Thank you.
I want to commend you and appreciate your efforts so far.
Thank you.
I have 3 questions or 2 questions I want to ask.
No. One question, please. One.
No, it's going to be very short. Mr.
Go ahead now. Go ahead.
Yeah, one. There was an issue raised by Isaac Balami Isaac about police unit agent not being able to register on the INEC portal. So I want to know if that issue has been resolved. Then 2.
The portal has been closed. So resolved or not, the portal is closed.
It's closed, yes. So that's sorted. Move on to the other one, sir.
Okay, so next is this. There is an independent survey that has been carried out in some of the northeast states, like Jigawa and other states, apart from Bauchi, Taraba, and other states, particularly like Jigawa state. I think the polling results that came out from there, especially in the rural area, shows that the Labour Party was between 20%, 22%, and some of the states in the northwest. So I just want to know, and all these independent groups, like I'm a member of them, and I know very strongly.
What's your question, sir?
I've been following their survey. I want to know what particular effort are we putting on to make sure that we increase our voting strength in these areas.
If you get 20% votes in Jigawa, you're not, yes, that should be celebrated. You know, Jigawa. I think that again, one of the things I appreciate about this campaign is almost run like how Trump ran his 2016 campaign, where it was clear that he knew where his votes were going to come out from, and then he targeted them. We have our strong bases where our votes are going to come out from, and then we have places where we're hoping to make a certain percentage, to cross the line in those spaces. And to cross the line in places like Jigawa, some of the votes, some of those kinds of numbers are fair. Those numbers can help you deliver an election. If you know the number of people that are in spaces like that, those kinds of numbers can help you with your own numbers if you bring them to the table to deliver the election as a whole. So I think 25% as a cap in places like Jigawa is a win.
All right. Thank you. Before I move on to the last panelist, I want to pick at least 2 calls, then we'll go back to the panel. All right, Mr. Henry Peters, thanks for calling in. You have 1 minute. Go straight to your question if you have any.
Okay, could I say my name or?
Yes, where are you calling from, sir?
Yeah. Good evening. My name is Henry Gabriel. I'm calling from Germany. Good evening, madam. My question is, what are they going to do about this Oshomole? The video I saw, what are they going to do about this? I hope the Commissioner of Police for those states is doing something about this statement from Oshomole. And yeah. And secondly, okay, what about, I heard about news about what is going on by National Assembly. Is it true that the DSS take control of the National Assembly right now? Okay. I don't know what is going on.
I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I have absolutely no idea. If I would have to go on social media to go and check on that. I'm here on the show.
After you've answered the Oshomole's on, I'll play the video for you. It's a 1 minute long video so that you can see that. Just answer Oshomole, what plans put in place on this Oshomole's threat?
The question said, what plans is the Commissioner of Police in Edo State? What plans does he have to check what Oshomole did? And then the question is directed to me, who is not the Commissioner of Police for Edo State. So I don't know how to.
Okay. Let me change the question. What is obedience or Labour Party? Let me say Labour Party. What are they doing about it? Because the video is circulating everywhere. Intimidate them. This is Edo State, not Anambra. Intimidate them. So what was that? It needs to be called for questioning.
The media has taken this on. Again, these are people saddled with the responsibility of protecting Nigerians, and you can see that when they want to act on something, they act on something. They cannot say that they have not seen these things. So when law enforcement is being lax and playing politics with issues, I don't know what next step we need to do, except going there ourselves to physically force the policemen to go and make these arrests. Everywhere it is there. People have shared it. People have tagged the police, the police force on it, tagged police NG on it. All of this has been done. They haven't done anything. Okay, so what next? Perhaps if there are suggestions, I think that some of these questions, if they can come as suggestions as to what to do to get the Nigerian police to act, please let us know, because people have done things. They have been tagged repeatedly. Conversations has gone out. We have had conversations about these violent outbursts on mainstream media. I honestly, I don't know. It still falls into the violence conversation and what needs to be done for security. And what needs to be done for security is that the Nigerian police force and all other security apparatus that are tasked with protecting Nigerians need to do their job. Like, we don't need a special task force. We don't need anything special. If somebody does like this, what Adams Oshomole has done is a crime. A crime needs to be punished by the law. Threats against the person are things that they will call you. And so it's not us ordinary citizens that are going to effect this arrest. This is a crime. Like, if you do it out of election season, in election season, it's a crime, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, thank you, Ndi Kato. I have the last caller on the phone. Chris Collins, please go ahead. 30 seconds.
Yeah. My question is based on the last reply she gave to the last question that was asked. If we need to have the voters need to have confidence that because what Oshomole is doing right now, if the security agents are not doing anything about it, then that is to say, if the proper election comes, they decide to unleash mayhem on the common people, they might not equally do something. So I will expect you'll be that the campaign committee to do something to make sure that Oshomole
What is this something? What's this something? What is this something? I would want to hear the something that is different from what is this something?
Just what they did to Fanny, what they did to FFK right now.
What was done? What was done to FFK? What was done to FFK?
Okay. FFK was invited by the security agent. Oshomole should be invited.
Was it a political party that invited FFK?
That's what she's still saying. Security agent invited
it's
FFK.
Security agencies that need to do their job. So when people say Labour Party do something, there's nothing like it's security agents need to do their job in the same way that they took FFK for saying that they are planning coup. It's the same way that the police are supposed to take people who call for violence. That is simply all in a day's job. Police just went to office today. He saw this kind of thing happening. He called out for arrest. It's that simple. So when and that's why I'm asking this specific question. What do you want Labour Party to do? Because when we say Labour Party should do something, arrest them. And then I ask, what was done? Then you say, oh, the DSS picked them up. You can see that the DSS is not PDP.
All right. That'll be sorted. The last question from the panel is Nolly. Nolly, good evening to you, sir. Once again, please pass in your question. 1 minute.
Good evening, sir. And thank you for coming to our panel in Ndi Kato. We really appreciate you. The last time I heard something today that I just want a clarification on. I heard that the Labour Party doesn't have agents in all the states. I don't know how true.
That's not true. Before the portal was closed, you can check online for the press statement on that. I released that press statement. Before the portal was closed, we had over 85% registration for our polling unit agents, and that is a really high number. Another thing that other political parties need to be worried about, because INEC opened the portal, while many political parties or while other political parties can boast of having equal number of agents as us, they also did not have the ability to upload their name. So on that day, INEC will have to really overlook a lot of things and say, even if your name was not uploaded on the on our portal, you can end up being a polling unit agent, because many political parties were not able to keep up with INEC's dates, were not able to organize themselves to register enough polling unit agents. We had over 85%.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My people, I appreciate every one of you, those of you that have called in, and my people on the panel, and the questions from the comment section as well. I want to say I appreciate every one of you. Before we let Ndi Kato go, I would like her to watch this video. Let it be that, because she said she have not seen it, let it be that our platform is the first place she watched it. Let's quickly go through on this video, my people.
The same market. My wife, their wife was in the same market. With those who are here. The person that gave them that order will come here today to come and prove it to the Nigerians. 180 Nigerians. Yeah? Order from above. Who's above? Who's that person above? Are they above the God that put them there? Is that what you actually call for? Do you call for this kind of a change? Yeah. This is impunity of the heads order. You close Nigerian house. You are telling me Nigeria order from above. You are going to school until 9 o'clock. If you want to fight the government, go and fight the government. You want to fight democracy. It's not the government. They are not telling us. After the department, they couldn't tell us who the department actually came from. They only say order from above. They won't allow you in. Is that no way? Is this democracy?
We have been refused to enter the National Assembly by the DSS operatives you can see here. We are waiting for the rest of our colleagues to come, and we will see how many of us they want to kill.
Yes!
How many Nigerians they want to kill. We have told them this number of men is not enough. They should go and bring more magazines and more men to stop us from entering the symbol of Nigeria's democracy.
This is Nigerian house!
This is something we raised an alarm about yesterday. You can see that true to what we suspected, they are here to carry out the bidding of this APC government. This is the change that Nigerians are getting, because they do not want any dissenting voice. We are back to the military.
All right.
Is this a recent video? Because I'm asking FS Yusuf and he doesn't even know about it.
Well, it just came out like 10 minutes before you came on air. So if it's recent, I've not seen it before. According to, it's already circulated on Twitter. So I don't know.
I mean, if this had happened earlier in the day, many news many news pages would have carried it. So I'm checking for breaking news, and I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I've not seen any such thing.
Although most cases, any breaking news we report here, it takes up to 24 hours before mainstream media talk about it.
Okay.
Most cases, yes, most cases. Once we talk about it, we now wait for the next day, like in the morning or afternoon, before Arise or channels now get to talk about it.
Okay.
So, but I'm not sure if this is recent or not. But in case it's recent, I want to attach my question to this. You don't have to answer this, but this is a personal coming from me. Ndi Kato, do you think in any way at all, this election, one, could be postponed, two, could be the country could be hijacked by a military? Those two questions.
Highest postponement, as with other elections, they might take it 2 weeks forward. That is the only kind of postponement that can happen. But it's also looking highly unlikely. And to be honest, we've been campaigning for 6 months. So you can see what my face looks like. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna let
I'm truly exhausted. I'm quite ill today. So we're tired. I think even INEC regrets opening election campaign season that early. Everybody has really suffered. So I don't think so. And even if they postpone, like I said, it's only going to be like a 2 weeks postponement. Military are not coming to take over. Military are not taking over anything. That's definitely not. The people at the helm of affairs of the military at the moment are not. It's just not going to happen. Again, I think we have these fears every election season that elections are not going to hold, but we are 20 years into democracy and the world is tilting towards democracy. So we need to understand, again, there are also, Nigeria has made so much progress on the international scene that military government is going to basically cut us off and zone us out, and will not have as much influence we have anymore as we have right now. We've really grown in leaps and bounds. So it's not so easy for the military to take over. It's not so easy.
Okay, Ndi Kato, before you go, I want to take a 1 minute break. I want you to be on the screen on this 1 minute break. After the break, then I'll let you go. Okay, is that okay? Please.
Okay.
Okay. All right. My people, continue to share and like this broadcast as we take this 1 minute break. Thank you.
You are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life. Master Jesus, you are the pillar that holds my life. Lily of the body, you are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life, dear. You are the pillar that holds my life. Lion of the night, you are the pillar. Chicanica, you are the pillar. Daddy, you are the pillar that holds my life. Lion of Judea. You are the pillar that holds my life. Go anywhere. You are the pillar that holds my life. Hey, yeah. Master Jesus, you are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar. You are the pillar that holds my life. I said.
All right, Ndi Kato, that is the we're back from the break. I just want to use this opportunity to thank you. I personally have been following you now for the past 4 or 5 years, and I'm very, very excited to not see that you're standing for what is right, like I'm also doing here. Thank you so much. Please don't relent. I don't want to see see you tomorrow. You jump from one party to another tomorrow, not because we've seen all this. We've seen in the likes of FFK, Dino Melaye, and many of them doing crossover recycling themselves. Please, what we can see right now, what we can visualize about Ndi Kato is that you are standing for the people. Let's continue to stand for the people. Whatever we are doing here, we are not doing it for anybody to pay us. We want a better country. Many of us, you can see that a lot of people that have contributed, that have called in from the panel, you can see that 95% of us are in diasporans. We want to come back home. We want to have a good country where we can come back home. But at this particular moment, coming back home is not encouraging. So please, we see you as a spokesperson, not for only Labour Party, a spokesperson for the people. Please, we want to see you like this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Have a blessed day. Bye for now.
All right. All right. Bye.
All right, my people, that is Ndi Kato right there. Yes. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for your time. It's been so wonderful. Noise is coming from somebody. Where's the noise coming from? Lefties, is it from you? Because you unmuted yourself. Please sort. Okay, it's better now. Please, my people, share and like. That was wonderful. Ndi Kato is someone that I've been following for so long. For me, I don't see I'm saying she will come the support Labour Party or fighting for us like this, like what we all are doing today. Listen, my people, I've said it before, you should stand for what is right so that you be remembered for good. With every question thrown to her today, to me, my confidence though high. I'm not saying for me. Now, Mr. Pansat and many others tell me, say, calm down, Elvis, calm down. But if you see the way Ndi Kato they talk to us today, my confidence, if you see the way myself, okay, let's say confidence, the way they grow, it shows say nothing they happen, forget. In fact, that National Assembly where they close, if not say they really close, I mean they close them because somebody called earlier on saying it's even for our favor. So thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. Before we move on and talk on this, in case you have anything to say about Ndi Kato's visiting us, and I would like to play 1 or 2 videos so that we can take all of them together. But with this, I would like to thank Dr. Aruna. Listen, guys, Dr. Aruna is doing so much for me, for us, and this platform. Okay, so on the panel, I'd like to see 1 or 2 comments right there. Just help me to thank Dr. Aruna for being one of my backbones on this platform. I appreciate you so much, sir. Thank you so much. All right, I'd like us to quickly take on this, then we move on. Please share this broadcast and like. Share and like. Let's quickly take on this sharply.
presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, is visiting some markets in Lagos State to canvass support of market men and women ahead of the February the 25th presidential election. And from what we see so far, it seems it has the backing of some of these market men and women here. The presidential election is in the fortnight, and Mr. Peter Obi is shifting his campaign to the grassroots with his rally for support from traders in Lagos. Computer Village is his first port of call, and the traders turn out en masse as part of the unscheduled visit.
Anybody who doesn't vote for Obi this time is going on slave. Obi is for workers. Let us, when Yoruba marry, if you say, if your wife is not good, go and marry another. Let us try another.
All right, let's see what happened yesterday in Computer Village. Let's recapitulate on this. Although we're supposed to talk about it yesterday, but I could not because yesterday was too packed. Let's see this. Now there you go. No, say this man, the love we people get for him is too much. All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. For some of you that's trying to join us now, this screen is currently filled up. It's filled up. And guess what, my people? We have Dr. Aruna Guru here with us. So question will and if he ask, we're going to continue to ask him now. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Dr. Aruna Guru, thanks very much for joining us. Thank you. How are you doing today, sir?
Busy but doing fine. And you, how are you doing? Great
Yeah,
job you're doing.
We are good. We are good. You know, in fact, you are a great supporter of what I'm doing. I want to thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because from the first time I saw your channel and the broadcast regarding the whole obedient thing, when I started, I didn't really know much about obedient. Obi himself, but just getting to hear all the things about him, what he did in Anambra and all that. So my broadcast started changing towards being very specific about the man, because we from the north, the fanatical way we will support our northerners. The last thing you ever think of somebody from the far north is to ever think about voting Obi as president. Part of what affected even Atiku in 2019 was the Igbo factor, the person he had as running mate. So, but now things have a lot changed. So, and that's why I'm very, very excited. As the days already, we're almost here, the clock is ticking, and people are going to the polls. So in the north, we are very, very excited. Before, as Ndi said, I mean, I just wanted to hear what she had to say, because I know she's not been feeling fine. So it was even a big sacrifice for her to come on the show. So I wanted to just stand by, like in case something goes wrong, and then I can step in. So, but then I'm happy she did so well, and and so thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate your encouragement. May God continue to bless you. I pray we all come together to celebrate on the 25th of this month. In Jesus' name.
Yeah, but are you gonna come? Are you gonna come from the UK?
No, I'm not gonna be there, sir. But my team are there.
Well, what I mean is that, are you gonna come for the celebration?
Of course, of course. A day after, I don't really want to. I'll talk to you privately.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, privately. I'll tell you my plans. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
No
sir.
problem.
All right. Is anybody, before we let Aruna go, does anybody have any question quickly for him? Lefties, you have anything to say? Anybody on the panel?
Well, as usual, I usually don't have much question to ask them, because apart from just encouraging them for doing great and marvelously well, just thank you is all I have for them. Thank you very much, Mr. Aruna, Dr. Aruna. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Anybody on the panel, do you have one or two things to say? These are one of our backbones here on Nigeria Watch that's making things happening for us. So if you have anything to say, quickly pass it on before I let him go. He's very busy right now.
Can I greetings, Nigeria Watch. Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it's about this health treatment that Nigerian politicians do overseas. I'm aware that Peter
Is
Obi
that a
has
question or a submission?
He said if we say something now, we should say something, and
No,
it could be it's a question. You want me to ask him a question? Okay.
Yes.
If it's a question, is okay. To be fair, I do understand where Peter Obi stands on it, but let me just put it to him so that maybe he can shed more light on it. It's regarding the health treatment that our leaders go and get overseas. I consider it, and like-minded people consider it, a very serious security breach, whereby our leaders go overseas for treatment. And is this something that Peter Obi is looking to change dramatically in terms of as policy, that our leaders are treated in the country?
Okay, that's a question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Aruna, please, if you got the question right.
Okay, I think if you've been listening to the way Peter, our principal, I call him now our principal because of where I am now. Okay, so is that there are certain aspects that he does not tell you exactly how he's going to handle them. One would be like security, because there's a lot of interest. There are people that where they are now has everything to do with the current security situation in Nigeria. So telling people what you're going to do openly now you're actually shooting yourself in the foot without realizing. this whole issue of people going abroad, where even though they spend so billions to build or to renovate the one at Aso Rock, and you see here the president is going out, is because the interest is not just with the executive, it's also with the legislative. And so the legislative arm, most of them have family abroad, not just family, but they don't trust the local hospitals, even if it's in Aso Rock, because they are, as it is said, the guilty are always afraid. When you don't have anything to hide, you will not be afraid. You will notice that nobody has ever handled campaigns and rallies the way Peter has done, Peter Obi.
Yeah.
Even what he's doing currently, going to open markets where it's not that, adequate security has been arranged. He is among the people. And this is what he says. I'm out for the people. So why should I be afraid that the people want to take me down? So, and because the man is clean, transparent, they've not been able to find anything to pin him on. If not by now, the media houses, everything will just be, Peter did this, Peter did that. So, and as he comes in, there are a lot of things that will change. The moment you will start to see some executive orders, and as he always says, if the head is not corrupt, if the head is not stealing, and your family members are not stealing, is you have dealt with it, the issue of corruption, by almost more than half. So when he comes in and his cabinet, the ones he's going to choose, like the ministers and all that, starting with himself to everybody that works under him, and he comes up with an executive order saying all of them are going to be treated at the villa. That would then mean they're going to check the state, how is the condition of the clinic there or the hospital, who are the doctors, do they have everything that is needed? It's going to ensure that everything is up to standard, international standard, if not even better than some of the ones abroad. Because that's the kind of person he is. He's not just going to throw people's life in danger. He will ensure that if he comes up with an executive order that says nobody will be allowed to go abroad in his cabinet, then the moment he does that, Nigerians will be the ones that will support him, because this is what Nigerians have been desiring to see. They are asking, why is it that we should be exposed to going to, dilapidated, medical facilities, and people are dying with no adequate medical care, and they can just fly in and out for medical care. Okay. So he will not tell us the details now, but those are all the things that are being planned. There's already like a mock this thing of who will handle what, but it's not going to come out now because, of all the different, some of the people that we don't want anything to be, people to kind of blow something out now and then it works against the entire vision.
Thank you, sir. All right, I have somebody on the phone here, Prince Collins. Prince Collins, please go ahead with your question.
Okay, you're welcome, sir. I'll be brief. Are you confident, sir, that this election would be, completely free and fair based on the present innovation that have been done by INEC? Are we confident that it's going to be free and fair enough to give a credible result?
Okay, I think you and I think almost everybody in the chat room, and even the listeners, we're not INEC staff. You can never tell what is in the heart of INEC. We all thought everything is fine. Then we start seeing people, pulling out bags of PVCs from that have been thrown either, in rivers or riverbeds or soccerways and all that. And these are not necessarily done by the general Nigerians. It is greedy INEC staff, not Mahmoud himself. And you'll find those people in the north, in the south, in the east, and in the west. But the current situation where we've had more of that has been the southeast. And I think where people have allowed themselves to be bought, that people can bribe somebody that is a staff and it disenfranchises people by throwing such. So it's difficult to say how things will be. It all depends on us Nigerians. At least we've never had the way a bill came out where with the way the voting will be with this, beavers and whatever. It's made it so easy that rigging that has been so perpetuated over the years.
Yeah.
Why is Tinubu panicking the way he's doing? Because he's been the master rigger. He is the one that has set the whole thing about bringing Buhari and putting, that's why they call him the kingmaker. But now the kingmaker's hands are tied. The kingmaker is paralyzed. So he's the one that is whining and crying out because left to Tinubu, Mahmoud should be removed. Many people should be removed out of INEC. Actually, the system they are going to use, the beavers, he is against it.
Yeah.
The whole thing about the currency, because they can see their hands are tied. That's why they're now using the part of intimidation, going and telling certain communities, tell Igbos or anybody that's from other regions that are supporting Obi that they will not do business here again. They go to market women and tell them, we know you must go and vote and tell us who you voted. If not, you're not selling in this market. And they use the thugs that they have always used in Lagos. And so that's what they want to use and see if they can spread them to other places. But I think currently, if we can get peace in the southeast, I'm promising you there will be peace everywhere.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead. 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for coming to Nigeria World. Thank you very much for your good work. God will bless you and continue to expand you in every areas you are involved in. I want to ask this question, in particular to you. It might not be. What kind of innovation do you want to see after our principal is sworn in as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on the voters card, how to get the voters card, how the voters card will get to the hands of the person itself, not by giving date or whatever. What improvement do you want to see so that it should be a continual process, like you going to the night post to put something and you get it that day? What innovation and what law do you want to see to back this voters card up?
Okay. Voters card should not be an exclusive privilege of a few. Just by being a Nigerian and being of a voting age, it should be as simple as going for a driver license test when you have reached the age of driving according to the law of the land. So it shouldn't be a complicated thing. However, why it currently looks complicated and is complicated is because there are so many interests. People that have used the system of rigging in the past, inflating voter registers, bringing in underage voters, and bringing in foreign voters. So because of that, that's why it's the way it is. But I can tell you, without reading the mind of Peter Obi and his team and Baba Ahmed, I can tell you Nigeria has never had such a team in Peter Obi and Baba Ahmed, such that these are two intelligent people. And they're going to be choosing and selecting a team. Some will be from Nigeria, some will be from diaspora. Brains that will come up with ideas. One thing that's so good about Peter Obi, he listens to people. Whatever suggestion, including yourself. Let me say you write me something and you want me to forward to him, to call him and tell him, our principal, I was on a live broadcast, a person from abroad, a diasporan, suggested that you do this. He's going to respond. That's how down to earth Peter is. He's not going to do what he thinks or feels. He's basically saying, I want us to govern together. What do you see? How do you want us to do the voters' card going forward? How do we, minimize or cut off people crossing the border and just being registered as voters to disadvantage a certain maybe group, but an advantage a certain group. So he's open for that, but I think going forward, the work is not now. Yes, we work now to bring him in, but the work is going to be when he comes in, because the expectation of Nigerians is so high because of what has happened 16 years of PDP and now 8 years of APC. The pain is so much that Nigerians will expect an overnight miracle, which is not possible. However, a machinery of where citizens are now the ones that have taken their nation, taking responsibility over their nation. And I can tell you one thing, anybody that can invest their funds when things are tough, they can go out for rallies, print banners, print t-shirts, go to villages and mobilize people. I can tell you, we are ready for a new Nigeria where people will govern together with the president and his team, including people like yourself that are abroad, that can either from there or your children or you that are really coming home and making a difference. It's going to be a kind of government we've never seen before, not even in places like America or the UK, because I don't see any of those nations having somebody that has half of the kind of qualities of Peter. I don't know any currently on earth.
Exactly. There's none. There's none. Thank you
a
very
person
much.
that is not vindictive, a person that forgives, that never disrespects. You can call him names. You can accuse him of what? When he comes, all he wants to do is honor you, respect you, while bringing out his point. And many of us on this channel, we just from the way we talk, I mean, we can't come close to Obi.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I have a question to draw your attention to something. The video that has been circulating for the past 72 hours by Comrade Adams Shomole in Edo State, inciting violence indirectly, telling his boys, or rather his thugs, to intimidate the obedient in Edo State, telling them, unquote, that this is Edo State, not Anambra. We got to intimidate them. But the time they realized that they were recording, on that same video, they started shouting, off the video, off the video, off the video. I'm not sure if you are aware, if you have seen that video, sir.
I have.
I've
watched it several times.
Thank you. What's your take on that, sir?
My take is that I think Edo people that are obedient, they need to pick it up, because it happened there, and it's the lives of the people there that will be at, that's already in danger, even though we're all one nation, we are all obedient, and we don't want anything happening to anyone, no matter where you are, like what happened in Lagos. So I would say either Labour Party or anybody that, going to court, you don't have to be Labour Party chairman. Huh? Anybody can pick up this thing and go and submit a case and say they need this person to be called to order. Because the police, you can report something to the police will tell you, we don't have this permission to do this. So there are a lot of things, because you must understand, he is serving the interests of the sitting government, the sitting party. So it's difficult to go after him in that sense, especially the place of somebody, the role of somebody like Osomole. So I would say, if it was me, and this is what, off camera, I would have advised Labour Party, even though Ndi said what she said, but my opinion would have been, don't just be quiet and wait on law enforcement, because law enforcement, they enforce what they feel they should enforce. So I would have said immediately the attention, yes, should be brought to the law enforcement, but something should be instituted, if possible, in court, that he has to defend. He's trying to incite violence. And if the police are not doing something, citizens, the only way citizens can get involved without going the violent way, which they shouldn't do, is to institute a case that he needs to answer, because it's on record.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for answering that. I think we will let you go now. I really do appreciate your time with us, and I appreciate all the role you're playing. In fact, let me call it a fatherly role. I want to personally appreciate you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And thanks to everyone for what you people are doing.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
Keep it up. 25th, at the end of the day, it will be Peter Obi. And no matter who wants to go on an uproar, they have failed, because the power of the people, when a mob gets involved, they don't need weapons. Just the power of people can unleash damage on anyone that comes up with a strange idea to disrupt the process.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
sir. Today.
Thank you.
Have a blessed evening, sir. God bless you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye for now. Yeah. Bye for now. All right, my people. To be honest, today have been a wonderful day, a very wonderful day. Having Ndi Kato here, having Dr. Aruna here at the same time. It's been a wonderful day. So we're going to have opportunity right now to talk on everything that we've talked about, or that we've discussed, our guests, and also on. But on that, everybody's going to have eight minutes round so we can close. So whatever you are using your 8 minutes for, also have a reminder that is a closing remark. Okay, is a closing remark. I'll start with my co-moderator, Lefties, then pass it on from there. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Lefties, hold on. Let me quickly verbally appreciate everybody that super chatted us before we move on. I know maybe you wanted to do that as well. Adola Wash, once again, thank you very much for the super chat earlier on. Maka E, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Desmond Owandeke, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Amazing Grace USA, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Mr. Pansat, thank you so much, sir. We really do appreciate you. Oseyungie Omede, thanks very much for the super chat. May God bless you. We appreciate you. Mr. Pansat again, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Julian Salami, thank you so much. Mr. Joseph Orji, thank you very much, sir, for the super chat. God bless you. God bless every one of you. Thank you. The flashback, thanks for the super chat. May God bless you. We really do appreciate you. Thank you. And money or Lagmia, thank you so much. In fact, your super chat is funny. You say make I go buy juice, make I drink, make I calm myself down, because I too they worry. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. Now you are Mr. Passat, always they calm me down like that. Say no, Nevis, calm down, nothing they happen. I like that. I like even a son of man. Yes, he's also doing that. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you collectively. Everybody, God bless you all. Okay, lefties, let's take it from here.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I want to personally say thank you to Dr. Romana and Ndi Kato for having it worthy to come and join us here to talk about issues that really matters to the people. Yeah, they are voices of the people, and we really welcome them. Having said that, what have we not said? We've said almost everything here. The only way forward is Peter Obi. That if we miss this time, we may not have this chance again. Look at what is happening in the country today. House of Assembly, problem. Senate, problem. Governors, problem. Bank, problem. Filling station, problem. Everywhere, problem. This is not what Nigeria wants. We can do better than this. And these are all human errors. So this is why we must do everything possible to make sure we pick a leader that has character, that is transparent, that is smart, that is sound upstairs. Watch when Peter Obi talks. No wonder Tinubu said that one that is talking numbers that the Indians cannot. How did he say it? Anytime he's talking, he's calculating. That's why he's
The
slow.
Indians cannot solve.
Yes, that's why sometimes he slows, because as he slows down, it's mathematically calculating figures. Can you beat such by a man? You see him talking, when he slows down, he's saying it. He has given approximate number. He's calculating, computing. Oh, nobody is giving him paper. Nobody is telling him what to say. He's on his own, doing what he's good at. So Nigerians, we have just like I think Mr. Harvey said 10 days. Me, I'm seeing it like 11 days from today to go. We
It's
have
10
no other
days, oh.
choice. Today is what? 14. Election is 25th. 10 plus 14, 24th.
Now, no, that your plus, not the work. Make capital for screen. Now 10 days. Now we tell next talk. On the 25th is 10 days from now. You not see for screen.
No, I never say. I just use calculation.
This screen. We have 10 days, 12 hours, 3 minutes to go.
Okay, 10 days, 12 hours. Okay.
Yes, 3 minutes. Yes.
Anyway, me look at like 11 day, approximately 11 day. Anyhow. But however, the days is not what is important to me. What is important to me now is Nigerians, there's unity in coming together. I know you've been doing it. You've shown your capacity. You've been on the street. Nobody paid you. You've been voicing out and doing everything possible to make sure you have a better life. I think this is the only chance we all have. We all have just this one chance. And if we miss it, it's really, really not going to be easy for us. Considering what we are passing through at the moment, this is the section of PDAPC. See what is happening today. It's even worse. That even the present government is very confused. They are very confused set of people. They are fighting themselves within. No coordination. That means no leadership. I think it's time we do it right. And doing it right is by making sure we all put our hands together to pick the right person, not other than Peter Gregory Obidiokute, the rock.
Okay.
My brother, there's no other way. There's no other way out. No other way out. Thank you very much.
Is our last hope.
The only hope.
Yeah, the only hope. All right. Before we move on, I want to use this opportunity to quickly thank my big mama, Naomi Bella. Thank you so much, Mama, for your support, your financial support. I saw your support all the time here on this platform. Thank you so much. May God bless you. You know, I want you to know that. And when you come back from Nigeria, beg, help us buy yam and yam and what did they chop yam again? Yam and okusu.
Owo, you want eat owo?
Elvis, what do you call
Now,
that?
owo you want eat?
What do you call that thing?
Yam okusu.
And you know this
that thing,
they call yam in a Benin way yam.
No, wait. You don't know that way that they rap, what they call okusu. What do they talk? You don't even know
Ekusu.
Ekusu, not be
Okusu, they use corn do.
Okay,
If you do it, you fit cook am, if you
don't
prepare
worry. Naomi Bella know wetin you want cook come. No worry. Just a big eat am. You don't eat am before lefties.
Whether me don't eat ekusu, I dey say as I be prepare you dey ask whether me don't eat am. If I feel prepare, why I not go eat am? I go prepare what I know they eat. Now poison.
All right, make I love this. Okay, owo and yam. Owo and yam,
Inya, uinya, yam. Inya, munya gwe.
Okay, all right. I don't say now my own and they find for inside you and lefties. No wahala. All right, let's move on to the next person. Left is back to you. Everybody, 8 minutes. Your minute starts now. Whoever left is called now. Your minutes already start in advance.
Anyway, we go start on the way our new style as it is before screen.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we will just call on the next person, which is Alex Edo Pikin, to talk to us. Alex Edo Pikin, please talk to us.
Oh, okay. Thank you, my people. Think we had a very nice conversation, very nice time with our two guests today, Ndi and Dr. Haruna. At least they came to give us assurances again about our direction and our principle. But there was something she made mention of when somebody asked about the posters, talking about awareness of Labour Party, that a lot of people know Peter Obi, but they don't know Labour Party. It boils down to something, to what she said. It's all about money. I think sometimes we tend to be so excited about a lot of things, and we just think, oh, those things will just work like that. They will take care of itself. The truth of the matter is, life is not like that. Nothing comes easy. So I know definitely that most of us, I'm talking from my own angle now, I'll be making efforts one way or the other to push this agenda forward. She was talking about the fundraising that was held and how it's not being, how many people showed up or whatever. It's always like when it is so sensation, these things, people are so eager, they want to push it. Peter Obi, he has the momentum. Look at the people, look at the crowd that is coming. But when it comes to such things, people tend to be so lukewarm about it. So I think that's an area we are getting closer now, closer and closer. We should be hitting home. Try to make the people know that life is not that life is not like that. It needs something to move. You cannot drive a car without a fuel inside, and it takes money to buy this fuel. So please, we should kind of talk to ourselves about that and do some more, put some more effort. We are getting close to our goal, but like she said, they still needs more. There are still some work to be done. In a nutshell, I think we are good to go. She said something about when you say send the Labour Party, send the Labour Party. Yeah, who is really the Labour Party? Let's face this fact. The people now are the Labour Party. Who knew about the Labour Party? It was a non-existent party, although it was there, but it was not really existing before Peter Obi came to the picture. So this momentum that is being gathered should be pushed to the finish line. Should, in one way or the other, should be pushed to the finish line, because there are some times where we kind of get distracted, in some discussions. I think the focus should be more on how we get to the finish line. That should be our major concerns here. And as for the assurances that we got, we should hold on to those things. And Edo State is already obedient. So no matter what Shomole and his gang are planning, we should counter them one way or the other. We that are here, we have people back home. And the people we have back home, they are obedient. So they are not just going to lose their guard and let these people try to perform their nonsense. I'm so sure about that. We just have to encourage one another and keep the ball rolling. And let's push it. Let's make the touchdown and take the Super Bowl. Thank you all. I think that's all I have for now. I'll give room to the next person.
All right, thank you very much. We need to do more. we just need to put in more effort because we are in the last days. Let's call on Omoye's Corner. Madam Omoye's Corner, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Once again, today was really very interesting. Thank you to Ndi Kato for coming as the guest and Dr. Haruna Agoro. And as we count down to the days of the election, I just want us as a people to have this in mind. Nigeria is at a place right now that it is very vulnerable. Any little thing that goes wrong, especially with this election, let's all just agree here, we're going to have to kiss our ancestral homes goodbye forever. And we would have done serious damage to the children that are going to be born, the ones that are born right now, and the ones that are going to be born in the future. And it will be Nigerians' fault. It won't be anybody else. We can't blame an outsider. I mean, we already know we experience so much xenophobic, we have so much xenophobic experiences anywhere Nigerians go to in the world. Is it South Africa? Is it Kenya? Is it even Ghana? Right here, Ghana right next to Nigeria. They treat Nigerians horribly. We can't even talk about the Middle East, what they're doing with our brothers and sisters over there. Why would somebody have a home, abandon that home because the government has failed in every way, just to go to another man's country and be treated worse than an animal? It's a very, very important time in our lives right now. I don't know if there's anyone that's still sitting on the fence. I don't know. At this time, I don't think there should be anybody that should be sitting or standing by the fence. We don't have the time for it. Peter Obi's win is going to usher in a lot of sanity. I'll tell you for free, a lot of the things that are going on in Nigeria is tied to mental health. People have lost hope. Peter Obi is the only hope that people are hanging on in Nigeria right now. If you look at the pictures from the rallies and the campaign and everything, everywhere Peter Obi goes, there's joy and hope in the faces of the people. You can't even miss it. It's right there. It's almost like here is the answer right here in front of me. Anyone that comes in contact with Peter Obi movement, rally, campaign, their lives are forever changed. If that doesn't tell you something, if that doesn't signal something great, I don't know what else will. Every child that has been in contact with this rally, their lives have been changed. That little boy, his life has been changed forever. He was helping his widowed mother, a 15-year-old boy. We have over 2 million children out of school in Nigeria because their parents can no longer afford it. The ones that are going to school, the school is negligent in taking care of them and is killing them, shortening their lives. I beg you, Nigerians, this is not the time for tribal sentiments or religious sentiments. You don't have to like Peter Obi. You don't have to. The question is he working for you? Because I can tell you for free, whether you're doing a business or you're working in a company, you don't like everybody you work with. You can't. You can't like everybody you work with. You cannot like everybody you do business with. But if it's going to bring money into your pocket, if it's going to give you profit, you will suck up that dislike that you have for the person and do business and move on. Our country has gotten to a place where we cannot even afford to dance around the issues. Let me not even go into Boko Haram and the kidnapping that has increased on so many levels. You wonder why all of a sudden we are not hearing of people being slaughtered and kidnapped as much as it used to. Why? Because most of them are now campaigning. The people that are perpetrating it are campaigning. So they are distracted. We need to be careful. There's no option. There's no other option. There's none. Or the other two parties or whatever, how many parties are out there, they have proven to you, they have shown you clearly that they are incapable of ushering you into the future. They do not even have the vision nor the capacity. They don't have the health and the well-being to carry you where you need to go. Most of them are all after their selfish ambitions. We're not talking about ambitions. Then we're not even going to talk about those whose children are waiting patiently for their fathers to become president so that they can live out their dreams of being billionaires on your own resources. I don't think you should take it lying down, Nigerians. I don't think so. I don't believe I'm a person of peace. I love peace. I don't play with my peace. But if you come and my life feels threatened and I'm in front of you, trust me, I'm going to fight back with everything that I've got. That is what, as Nigerians, we need to do. We need to stop being docile and do the right thing. The 25th is your Valentine's Day, Nigerians. Show up and prove to your lover. When you are chasing a woman, when you love someone, you go the miles, you climb hills and mountains for them. 25th of December is your Valentine's Day. I want us to prove where our love really belongs. Mr. Elvis said something about Valentine's Day when he started this program. It's not about loving or sending gifts to your lover or whatever. It's about your love for your neighbor, for those around you. The 25th is your Valentine's Day, Nigerians. We don't have time. These people come out and cry when it affects them. Schools have been on strike. None of them showed up. None of them spoke up for you. 8 months your children were at home, couldn't go to school. They could not. Those that could have graduated could not. They're still stuck in school. The poverty you experience is as a result of the leaders that you have voted in, or maybe not voted in, that have been forced upon you. Now you have the opportunity to vote them out and tell them that you are not going to put up with their rubbish anymore. This is your time. To all the good people that have been quiet, silently avoiding, because we have terrible leaders that have the capacity to move the country forward, but have not been able to have not been given that opportunity. Now is your time. Now is your time for all. Now is there for all the good people of goodwill, with good character, with integrity, because I know we have many of them in Nigerians. They are the so-called poor because they don't want to associate themselves. They don't want to stain themselves. But I tell you now, it is now trendy for you to use your voice. Use your voice. Gather everyone when you're going to vote on that day. Make sure you wear your best clothes. I'm telling you, it's your Valentine's Day. And when you go there, go with other people that you trust and vote and wait for your vote to be counted. It is LP all the way. It is Mama, Papa, and Pikin all the way. Women, your suffering has been high in Nigeria. Women, now they suffer pass, plus the children one are they born. It is time for you to gather your fellow women folk and show up and show out. You see this man, he's interested in your well-being. He believes in your potential as a woman. You better show up and show out with your children on your Valentine's Day, which is the 25th of February. There's no time for joke anymore. If they come at you one way, come at them two. If possible, 100. Because guess what? Our lives literally depend on this election. We cannot afford to allow this opportunity slide by. We can't. Do you have one more day to waste with useless leaders that don't care about you? Do you have one more day now to talk of a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or even 8 years? I don't know about you. I don't have one more day. Do you know what 8 years is? A child that was born when these people came in, that was born at that time, now that child is 23. They say we've had democracy for over 20-something years, right? That child that was born when democracy was just literally still a baby in Nigeria, that child is 23. Do you know what 8 years will do to that child? That young person that's 23, it will be 31, and there will be nowhere for that person to exercise their creativity and their potential.
Okay.
I beg you, make 25th your Valentine's Day and show up and let these people know that you are done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Omoyoskana. Now 10 minutes, you take talk your own. Thank you.
Novice.
I dey wait for you because now you be the timekeeper. Me not just the look time.
No. What she was saying is too important. I don't want to cut her off.
I define what I will give blame now, since now you bring the matter and you go announce the time.
All right.
Yes. Thank you very much. We'll move straight to F. Emmanuel. F. Emmanuel, please talk to us.
Hello, good afternoon once again. Sorry, I had some things on my hand that I was attending to.
Okay, sir. That's fine. Go ahead. Talk to us, sir.
Yeah. What I want to say is that please, let's keep all the hope alive. We're already counting down. Next week, Saturday, is 25th of February, Election Day. So I also want to, encourage each and every one of us to keep the hope alive. Let's, not be distracted. Let's keep our heart focused and positive, even in this difficult time. Let's be positive and also be prayerful, and make sure that we keep sensitizing our people back home on the logo, because a lot of people, what are stuck into their head right now is just Peter Obi, Daddy Peter Obi, but they don't really know much about the logo, how it looks like. Some of them even know Papa Mama Pikin, but the logo itself, on the ballot, were at the point of thumb printing. So I also want to encourage us to sensitize them, use this week, to sensitize people on how the logo look like and the design of the logo and the colors. If we can hammer on these two areas, I think is very, very important, so that we won't go and make mistake at the verge of our success. So I think that's just what I want to point out here. Okay. So I'm not taking too much time. I still have to yeah.
Thank you.
So please.
You are done. Okay, you said you have something in your hands. I didn't want to disturb your hand. I didn't know your mouth is also very busy. It's all right. Thank you very much.
Lefties, you never change this one.
What is make I do now? Thank you. You make it quick for us. God bless you.
All right.
Victor vote Labour. I beg, talk to us.
Mr. Naija Wash, thank you. Lefties who dress like a professor today. Thank God for you realize your potentials.
It is because of Ndi Kato. At least it's not only me that did the surprise. You
Lefties, I hear you.
You saw Omoye's corner showing her face for the first time.
Sister Omoye was looking beautiful. Beautiful every day.
Lefties go wear tie. Why you not gonna wear coat, Jenna?
No,
that professor. Now he dressed like professor. They don't like wear tie. They don't wear that. They like wear suit. They just wear tie, enter class, begin talk. So he has realized his potentials now. So thank God for that. I want to thank everyone. Thank all the panelists. Thank our invited guest. She's a great woman, a woman who is preaching the good news of revolution to the Nigerians beyond, to the Nigerians wherever we are. She is going ahead, taking that flame of fire to them to see the light in the principal called Peter Obi. I would also like to thank our father in the house who came here to enlighten us and thank him for delivering a good message to the Nigerian people. May God continue to bless you and give you the strength to continue this fight of taking that great nation, the most populous black nation in the world, to El Dorado. We thank you. We thank you, sir. And I want to speak to the Nigerian people, the Nigerian youth. This battle for taking back your nation started when the youth realized how oppressed they've been all the years. When those that were born during when this democracy started, and they are now 20-something years old plus, they rose up against the oppressors. And the oppressors, they told them that we want to take back our country. We don't like this oppressor. We want to go against every one of them. And they rose up and went to Lekki Toll Gate. When they were there, the oppressors, with their notorious and vampire leadership, went ahead to spill the blood of these great men and daughters of this nation, Nigeria. They spilled their blood. But that day, the youth made a vow that they are going to fight this good fight of taking back their country. And at the point of fighting, they saw a light in a man called Peter Obi. I speak to all the freedom fighters in Nigeria. I speak to the youth. Well done. Well done. And congratulations. We are at the end of this great fight. We have fought with all our strength. We have fought with all our might. What we need to do now to finish strong, we need to go to the polling booth with that same anger from Lekki Toll Gate and go to the polling booth. Now we have to do something that we have never done before to take our birthright from these oppressors finally, so that by doing that, we are burying them for life and they will see the light no more. We are going to vote Labour Party. We are going to vote Labour Party, and that is the party where Peter Obi is. As you are voting Labour Party, you also vote Labour Party for House of Rep and for House of Rep and for Senate. Because on that day, you are going to be given 3 ballot paper. And those 3 ballot paper, the first is for the presidency, the second is for the Senate, and the third is for the House of Representatives. We are going to do one thing. That thing we are going to do, we are going to vote Labour from bottom to top, taking every PDP and APC out of Nigeria. We are going to vote them out. We don't want to see them again. Even when they come back to say, oh, we are sorry, we don't want to hear their voice anymore. Let them go and let them go to the farmland and till the soil. Let them go to their creator and ask for forgiveness. But for we are moving forward and taking Nigeria to El Dorado. We have taken our birthright and we'll take it to the promised land. And to all Edolites, I speak to you. I speak to you not as Victor, but I speak to you as your brother in the struggle. Whatever the Oshimole is coming forward with, whatever plan that is doing, that same plan is going to consume them. We are going to do what we normally do. You know what we do? We move like dove, and dove, they move in colony. We are going to move like a dove to that land where we are going to vote. And as we vote, whatever they come forth, you know, the next approach, if they come forth to disorganize, we are going to sting them like a bee. And you know how bee moves. They move in group. And when they sting you, you fall down and never rise up again. We are going to move like a dove and sting like a bee. Wherever they come from, we are going to sting them down. Because this time, there's no looking back. We are taking back our country. We are taking back our country because we have taken the birthright We are taking the birthright. And we told Nigerians, we are going to take this, we are going to move. We are going to move like a dough. And we are going to tell Nigerians, in Edo State, we come as a group. We don't come as a divided group, but we come as a group. And we thank our great Oba of Benin, Oba Atope. We thank him for his support. We thank him for giving us the strength to move forward, because we know he's in support of what we are doing. We are taking back our land because our land belongs to us. We thank you all, and I'm speaking to all the Nigerians in diaspora. Do whatever you want to do, whatever you can do. Support those great comrades in Nigeria. Support them wherever way you can support them. Support them. And I thank you all for doing a great job. I thank you, every Nigeria, wherever I thank every Nigeria for doing a great job. And I want to ask this question, and this question goes to Dino Malaye. Dino Malaye, you said that we are 4 in a room. How far is the market? We are ready for showdown. On the 25th, right. We are going to take you man to man, and jungle has matured. Thank you all.
Oh, Oga Victor, anytime they talk, I just remember honey. I think you love honey, because you're always moving and stinking like a bee. Oh.
Yes, I got to stink like a bee, because the day I got stung by a bee, I knew the heat the bee gave me. So when the bee sting you, you know what it means.
Oh, Madarita is correct. Now understand the point you are talking from. Oh no, PSTWFW is your problem. All right, thank you. Don't sting me, I'm your friend. Thank you very much. We'll be going straight to the next person, the man T.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis, and then Mr. Lefties, and everyone in the comment section. I thought that you guys, we actually Kato was behind the Obi for Nigeria, but you guys did not catch. But all well and good. Obi for Nigeria. Mr. Elvis, can I ask you a question?
Okay.
There is a video of Charlie Boy and the other guy that you played earlier, but there was one they did for Bullion One. Do you have that video?
Which video?
The video that Charlie Boy and the other guy did about Tinubu Bullion Van.
No, I don't have it.
Oh, if you had that video, I would have loved it to play that video. You don't have it. Okay.
I'll do research about it.
Okay. Thank you, everyone in the comment section. Thank you, Omoyes Corner, F. Emmanuel, Mr. Victor, everyone. Thank you, everyone. And everyone in the comment section, thank you. Thank you, because now we understand through Peter Obi that it doesn't matter where you come from, whether you are from the south, the east, the west, you are a Nigerian, regardless of where you come from. You are a Nigerian. And there is no Nigerian that is better than the other Nigerian. We all are Nigerian. The same blood flow in our veins. We all have 2 eyes. We have 2 legs, 2 hands. So there is no way one Nigerian is better than the other Nigerian. We all are Nigerians. And so to those of us that are here today, we have a bunch of us scattered all over the world. You have people from France, from the United States of America, from Canada, from everywhere, all over the world. This is the very first time in my life history that I've seen that there is one thing that can pull all of us together. And that thing is change. This is one election that I'm seeing that the voice of the diasporans goes a long way ever since this movement started last year. I was fortunate to engage Peter Obi in a conversation through a platform, asking him questions. And I was able to see the sincerity in the mind and in the heart and in the eyes of Peter Obi. This man means well for Nigeria. Listen again to him yesterday, standing before Gani Adams, the Aryan of Kakanfo of the Yoruba land. What that man said is that, I have followed you. I know you. I know Peter Obi. If it is Peter Obi, I always want to hear him. The only thing is that the throne will not be biased. But I have seen that my other sister body supports you. And so from everything that Adam said, Gani Adam said, you can hear from his voice, from his disposition, that there is no other person than Peter Obi. So if you are a true Yoruba man, if you are truly Omoluabi and not Omale, why do you want to ruin your destiny? Omo Yeskona just made analysis now. 23 years ago, we got democracy. And so for the children born 23 years ago, they've not experienced anything other than bad governance, stealing, corruption, killings, wickedness in high places, people's conscience sold. They don't have feelings for their human beings anymore, for their fellow human beings anymore. Because of what? Money, position, power, wicked people. And today you're still standing there canvassing for these wicked people. Come on, have you lost your mind? Remember that our conscience, as spoken in his holy book in the Bible, was given to you by God to think right. Don't make your conscience to be sold out or be seared with hot iron. Think, people. Now is the time to make the right choice.
All right.
Peter Obi does not have anything to lose. We have everything to lose if we miss this opportunity. So go out there and make the right choice, people. Make the right choice. Make the right call. Please and please and please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. You asked for a video. Let me quickly put that video on for you. I researched it out. You made the video with Area Father and the comedian, right?
Please, 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 please,
okay.
If you have it.
Okay. All right, that's it.
I would have used my 8 minutes to just play that video and play it all over and over again. But please, if you have it, please share it. Thank you, sir.
Peter Obi don't stress these people so much. I'll be waiting they expect.
You have to have capacity. Eventually.
You know, say when we did school, you get one particular guy who always remind teachers say never give us assignment. Now Peter Obi be that. Hey! These people don't prepare as they go take start to the chop corn, they drink pure water for road. Peter Obi come change the narrative. Everybody begin to ask question of competence. And where I was say, you know, say you get the kind of course where you go to study for school. You know, go know where you go get as area of concentration. Everywhere hard. No PC with that. Question where don't forget, when everybody don't finish, everybody don't forget about the question. Peter Obi bring him up.
You can go and look at this record.
Hey, father.
Again, waiting and you understand. Then they talk the other time, say 1 billion van just misroad. Worker enter somebody.
Father, na money misroad. You see, they teach us practical.
Okay, but they come talk say they won't carry the thing go headquarters, go where their headquarters there, so make them pay their staff. You know, but I don't know how the worker come there now.
But I know everything. They talk say the bullion van they go one company. We go pay their staff. You know, see say that place be like a company where they pay their staff. It's not see staff wait staff by the road, they wait for the money.
But come, they talk say money no dey inside the bullion van. And they take money.
If they no say money no dey inside the bullion van, that means say they open the bullion van check whether money dey. They be one pay those people by sniffing the bullion van. And they talk say no be them invite them more.
I beg.
Thank
you very much, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. You know, that's funny. Anyway,
Mr. Elvis, quick question. This guy where they comb his hair will not get any hair. What in the comb?
Now APC be that now. APC they comb will not get.
That should tell you that anything can happen in Nigeria.
Yes.
I don't know what they come.
Hey,
I remember January 25th.
Even Charlie Boy don't start to do skit too. Lefties, when you want to start your skit, you also say Charlie Boy don't do skit now.
No, Charlie Boy know what they do now because he know say if he talk now, then go start to fire. So he gonna do skit through this guy so that he go to punch him directly. You know, in they talk to Agbado now. Everything what they do now, Agbado in they talk to.
Me, about the skit when me want to do, they don't want finish. We are one for start. I beg you, no
lefties.
Nolly,
lefties, me and you need to go start one.
Go go start one. You get here. What do you want to? That guy don't get here.
Another tactic now. Lefties, that hair where that guy they come, man. He show you say elephant feel flat for Nigeria. That be waiting to tell you.
Lefty, what you go to be say your white hair, you go try to dye him. You know, Baba Blue get white hair, you go try to dye him. They tell them. So you go leave some remain so that they go see us. Yeah,
I not get white hair. Na gray hair I get. You never be white.
The color what they see now white too.
All right.
See, if anything you're doing on my doing, I want to tell me direct.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Nigeria. Thank you.
Elvis don't save me for their hand. Nolly, quick, talk to us.
Yeah. What a great day we have today, actually. Ndi Kato and Dr. Haruna, I really enjoyed them. You know, I used to say something before. Before, I thought that Nigeria, you know, when they're talking about Nigeria, the corruption have gotten to the level that you don't even believe on anybody, on a single soul, not even pastor before in Nigeria. But this Peter Obi election candidacy make me to understand there are still Nigerians, credible Nigerians. There are still people you can put your confidence on in Nigeria. Somebody like Peter Obi himself, somebody like this Haruna Goro, somebody like Elvis also, which we are watching through these channels. Because I understand that there are many people, or they just open the channel just to look for money, and the money anywhere it comes from, they will just grab it. But this particular man dedicate his channel for somebody who don't even know that he has a channel like this. It was recently that we start to have all these PCC members, all these Labour Party member coming to this channel, you know. So this P2B election, this general election that they are doing right now, makes me to understand that at least the country is not as bad as we envisage, as bad as we used to think, or as bad as we used to see. There are still credible, honest, and good people in Nigeria. And when you when you found people like that and you're working with that, I just look at what is going on with this Labour Party campaign. Both parties, Tommy, everybody. When you see them, even Val Ozigbo was our Anambra State governorship candidate. In fact, he's not the most preferred. He's the most preferred candidate, except before they brought this Soludo, because of the fact that people were feeling that he's gonna perform wonder. So you see the people that is around the man, credible people who speak the truth, people who make things happen. Aisha Yusuf, all those people. You know, when you have such people from the beginning, then you know how the government of that person will be. Unlike the one of APC that filled up his PCC with liars, with deceivers, with people who see white and turn it into black. People, do you know that one day, to my greatest shock, I wanted to ask Ndi Kato today. To my greatest shock, Peter Obi was having something. He was talking somewhere. You know, it's just like question and answer. So somebody who was asking him question was Ndi Kato. Ndi Kato was asking his, the person that is supposed to be protected. Then I said, this kind of thing never happened. Aisha Yusuf will say to Peter, this one you did it wrong, this one you did it wrong, this one you did it wrong. The people which he brings for them to speak for him are the one who are challenging him. In other way, they are telling you that they stand with Nigerians in as much that they are working with this man. But in APC, everything that Tinubu stood in Owerri and tell us that Bala Blue, talk about this Bala Blue, and on the pulpit, and these people still have the mind to come and tell us that video was doctored. This particular bullion van of a thing, they still come out and say that the guy who said that the bullion van misroad, that's not what he said, that video was doctored by, So then I ask myself, I ask question, is it how the government of this Tinubu of a person will be? That is why I'm telling my people, every blessed day, how many souls do you win for Peter Obi? How many people have you converted today? I always tell them every day, even to today, how many, what did you do special today for this election? And that I believe that if we are doing that, because whether they are telling me the truth or they are lying to me, man, one of my cousin told me that today, that this guy that is is an APC member in Abuja, that he as he was convincing the guy said that he will vote for Peter Obi as president and vote for other his candidate, PDP, APC people for the Senate and House of, I don't know if that is true or not, but that's today I am asking them, because this election, to me, I told them that to me, this election determines whether I am a Nigerian or I am a resident or I'm a citizen of the place where I reside. Because if Nigeria continue the way it is now, most of us who are in diaspora may not be able to go to Nigeria again. We might just decide to remain where we are. And that is why we are fighting. We are fighting with our resources, with our time, and all of us know that many of us know that all of us who live here in the Western world, we don't joke with time. They may be joking with time in Nigeria, but we don't joke with time. So that time we spend in staying on this platform, speaking, is money here. It's money here. So please, I'm begging. There are many people who are still sitting on the fence, who have never made up their mind who they're going to vote. There is potential for Nigerians if they vote for Peter Obi. We will rejoice in that country. We'll be glad in that country. We will enjoy that nation. Thank you very much, sir. That's my.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your submission. God bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Let's quickly move on to the next piece here, which is True Nigeria. True Nigeria, please talk to us, sir.
Yeah, and greetings, Nigeria Watch and the panelists, and greetings to everyone on the chat and the viewers. Regarding, for me anyway, in terms of asking Peter Obi, you know, the lady said what they can do in terms of the threats and intimidation. I think that they can release a statement saying that senior politicians should be cautious of the kind of language that they use, and that they cannot be inciting intimidation or violence, and they cannot be inciting division in the country, and that the law enforcement agencies should look into these matters, because there is evidence circulating online stating that, showing that there are officials, senior politicians, inciting violence and intimidation. That is something that they can do. And the reason why it's important to do these type of things is to stall escalation in this type of behavior. Because if they do it now and nobody says anything, then what are you asking for? They will do more. And this time they may not have evidence of them inciting the violence. So, and it also sets you apart as saying, you know what, we can't tolerate this. You are telling, and people will support you for it. They say we can't tolerate our politicians and our leaders inciting violence. And I think that is something they can consider doing, because it shows responsibility and grown up this in politics. In my own case, because I already know that Peter Obi on security is on the same wavelength as I am, but I am also thinking that this issue of treating leaders overseas is something that will help the campaign. It's not just necessarily all about helping the campaign. It's also a very, very good thing. Because if Peter Obi commits to doing that kind of stuff, it sets a standard for all the other politicians coming down. And if he especially goes further to commit to building a world-class hospital that will be responsible for treating all our senior civil servants, politicians, and all the rest, and sets a very high standard of excellence that will radiate through all our national healthcare system, I think there is something that will be popular about that, especially among women and mothers that have children that want to see that our healthcare system is actually functioning. And there is also the issue of the money that we spend going overseas. I remember that Buhari was overseas and they had to pack aircraft and paying 15,000 or so pounds every single day. And he was there for months. All that money could be saved. All the money that you spend building these things, it will all be saved. It's not, you're not spending extra money really. And then you could start attracting even elite Nigerians into that system to come and get treatment. You attract other African leaders and other African senior politicians into Africa, which also into Nigeria, which also gives us further influence, because this thing that we do, our leaders go overseas for treatment, we are giving them influence over our lives. And that's why I feel a bit strongly about that one, because you know how I am about security. I'm very paranoid about it. Now that we are on the final stretches of the campaign, I think that this is why, the other day we should not take anything for granted. The other day I watched Tinubu in an interview, and I saw him looking more lucid than I've ever seen him. And some people are wondering why why is he behind in the polls all the time? Every poll they did. I said, because he has been a terrible candidate. He has been a terrible candidate. And if he was anything like he was in that interview, he could pose a danger. And this is why you can't take anything for granted. His supporters, I could see them. I can watch their eyes. They are passionate. Don't underestimate them. So we, as people that support Peter Obi, For me, 1,001 reasons why I support Peter Obi over this in Tinubu or Atiku. We have to really be aware and be alert. This is why this this Labour Party official that came to the issue, I realized that it's important not just to ask what can we do. No, do something. Every single thing matters. Make sure they don't intimidate your supporters. And make sure your supporters and don't feel threatened so that they too respond. Because if Peter Obi's, let's say something, a conflagration occurs, Peter Obi supporters have to fight back. Do you know the specter that will incite in the national discourse? That is not good. Sometimes people need to think ahead, because that is what they will want. Your opponent will want Peter Obi supporters to be fighting other groups. That's what they want. You want to take the front foot and try putting them in the back foot and saying, we have the moral high ground there. You can't be behaving irresponsibly like this, because that is a trap that they could set for Obi supporters, which they are already trying to spin with this incident in this state. So we have to be alert to all these things, because every single vote matters. So I'm not going to want to take all my time, but I'm just saying that we have to be prepared for everything, and we shouldn't be saying, what can we do? We should be thinking, let me find something to do. There has to be something you can do. Even if you have to go on the media and just say, I condemn this kind of behavior, you have to. There are minds out there, and I'm surprised that when she asked the panelists, nobody said anything. You know, there has to be something that somebody can do. You can't just see a video showing a senior politician inciting intimidation in a country, and you just say, what can we do? You can't leave it to only this police. Police will just, many of them are corrupt. Many of them are also intimidated by the power of some of all these politicians. But it sets you aside in the minds of the people. It's not about whether police act or not. The people will set you aside and say, you mentioned this, and these other people are the bad ones causing all the problem in the country. That's all I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to go on about this topic. So thank you for giving me time to talk on this panel.
All right.
All right. Tunaja, before you go, left is 1 minute. Tunaja, I have a question for you from Omoye's Corner. Omoye's Corner, go ahead.
Okay, so it's not a question. I just want to help him clarify. With regards to him, the Labour Party coming out to state, categorically about the violence and all that we've seen happening. I don't know if you listened to Peter Obi's interview on Channels News. I think it was a day ago, yesterday or the day before. That came up, and he did address the other political parties and the violence that has been inflicted on Labour Party movement. So he clarified that, and he stated it clearly. He did send out a caution and told them to tell them to calm it down with the rhetoric and the actions that they are taking. So I would urge you to go back and listen to that interview. He did say mention that issue of the violence. Now, on the other concern that you had about the president or our government going to shop for healthcare overseas, if you listen to one of Ms. Dati's interviews, I can't remember when it was, he talked extensively about that. And he said that they need to, he actually urged those people, urged everyone he actually said there's a time that they have to sit down and calculate how much Bubu, the one that is currently in the Aso Rock right now, has spent on healthcare alone for himself. Okay. He talked extensively about that. So I will urge people to please, or if you're not paying attention to what Mr. Peter the Rock will be saying, and Mr. Dati, I think we should spend more time doing that, because he has already answered all these questions that Tunaja alluded to. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Omoye's Corner. Thank you.
I think there is a difference from saying that.
I played the video here yesterday. I played it yesterday here. what Omoye's corner is saying. Peter Obi have addressed them. Go ahead.
You mean regarding Oshomole? Did he address?
No. He didn't talk about. He didn't talk about Oshomole. He talked about the attack and he talked about the Oba of Lagos. That's the two. I played it yesterday.
Exactly. The Oshomole one is even more direct because it shows the source of the problem. Because what happened in Lagos was somebody instructed them just like what Oshomole did on video as evidence. That is why it's important you make it clear that senior politicians of other parties should not do this type of things because it's irresponsible on behalf of the nation and stability, and it sets the party aside apart from the other politicians. And sorry, let me just finish with this health one. The reason why I am calling for this is because it's one thing to say, okay, they spend a lot of money on this, but what do you plan on doing concrete, something concrete to deal with this problem? Because you are going to say you're not going to do it, but you're not setting you're not putting a platform in place that this is what I'm going to do. And it doesn't cost them. It's not a secret. It doesn't cost them anything to just commit to this because they can do it. They have the power to do it.
Could I address to Nigeria before he leaves on this and on the issue about the video?
Use your time now, sir, before let Prince Collins be the last person. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you. To Nigeria, please hold on before you leave. And Prince Collins, thank you for the courtesy to allow me to speak. I'm going to be very brief. The first is the issue, the video that to Nigeria that you're referring, I think is a video of Tinubu's performance in front of business titans in Nigeria. You do understand that video is about 45 to 60 days old, right? You do know that. The video you watched yesterday. Tunaja, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you know how old that video is?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's between 45 and 60 days old. Also, in your opinion, now I want you to be honest about this. Do you think that video was enhanced to make Tinubu appear normal and fast? In your opinion?
How do you mean? You mean the Tinubu in the interview or the show?
Tinubu
in the interview.
In the interview, but you watched him being lucid and normal when he's appearing. He made no mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so but you've seen him say at the Chatham House. That video is older than the Chatham House, his performance there. And you've seen other videos profiled by one man that was edited to make him look good. So what I'm saying basically is that when you go and you are on that platform, you know the platform is not a credible platform. You know that. You know, you know, just like you're hopping on this issue now with the question you're asking the lady. The Obi campaign is totally different. They don't come out and make too much noise, such as FFK was invited by DSS. I'm sure maybe the Waziri himself, the Waziri of Adamawa, PDP, and perhaps Obi and other responsible Nigerians will be calling on the security affairs to intervene and make sure that the election goes off without a hitch. We see MCO Loma in the United States. There's heat on violent troublemakers. I mean, when you saw FFK come out after 6 hours of re-drilling, he was tamed. He was completely different. So there are things going on in the background. Now, I know that when I come out here, I try to say, hey, look, let's watch the body language of the president, right? And it pans out all the time. I say that we should be careful how we treat Wike. People don't like me to say that we should handle him and know that he should be a good actor. No matter what he's doing, we want him to be a good actor in this cycle. So when we say these things, it pans out. We say that we should give INEC, benefit of the doubt, unless there's something they're doing. Give Buhari benefit of the doubt. So those things that we say, time is showing us that we should be vigilant. We should be ready to take action if anybody does anything wrong. So with 10 days to the election, we already know who Peter Obi is just from his body movement and what he's done. So there's no time to question these hardworking people, such as our guest here today, who needs encouragement and support, and we receive the same from him. So I understand. I know your methods now, T. Niger. You're a patriot, and we're very proud of you. But from today, double down. No shaking. This people, we got the right people. What do you think Obi is going to do? He's going to go to the hospital in UK? You know the answer to that question. There's no reason to ask him that. Ask her that. Obi is not going to go and sit in a hospital in Britain. Why would he do that? That's not the kind of candidate we have. So right now, we got to be strong and win this thing. Win one for our ancestors. So let me conclude my remarks by addressing El-Rufai. That's who I really want to talk to. Mr. El-Rufai, maybe you don't know your anthropological origins in that country. You are not a true Nigerian in the sense you are someone who naturalized. You don't have an indigenous land in that country. None. But you're African, you're a Nigerian, that's true. But you're not more Nigerian than true Nigerians. So I'm asking you to learn how to be a Nigerian. Nigerians don't shed blood of other Nigerians. There's not a true Nigerian who relishes in killing other Nigerians, no matter what we're fighting for. It's alien to our culture. So don't forget that. You are not a true Nigerian. You are naturalizing. Your ancestors came into that country as nomads in pursuit of the fat of the land, our oil. So I am asking you, stop the violence. You've killed so many people in that southern Kaduna. These are our people. These are our fellow citizens, indigenous Nigerians. So I am obviously not affiliated whatsoever with the campaign, Peter Obi campaign. I'm not a Labour Party person, but I support the Labour Party. And I support every decency that is called for in this generation. We are going to take our country back. Nobody, Oshomole, or all the midgets in the country. That's what kind of country we have. We have a goonish country. Usually, people who scare people in the country are usually big men, strong men. But we're scared about small people. People who could be put in a bag. Oshomole, El-Rufai, that's who scares us. So I'm saying to Nigerians, don't let El-Rufai or Oshomole or any other nimwit in that country scare you. This is your country. Let's take it back. PVC is bigger than assault weapons this time. So let me end there. I'll say to INEC, thank you for what you're doing. Okay? And Buhari, stay on course. You've caused so much damage to our country, but you could make it up to us by conducting a very good election here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pansat. Thank you very much, sir. All right. Because of time, let's quickly move on to the last person we have here, which is Prince Collins. Prince Collins, please talk to us, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Pamsa, for the reassurance and confidence once more. And I think Mr. Tunaja was emphasizing on the question I actually asked our visitor that came, that is Ndi Kato, because in as much as the people want to vote, in as much as they want to make sure that there is change, in as much as they want to make sure that they change the narrative of our political system in Nigeria, in as much as they want somebody that can, do the right thing to come in, and their security and safety is of paramount importance. In election, we know the way it is done in Nigeria. When people begin to, when people want to know what you weigh, they bounce on your intelligence and wait for your reaction. So But this pocket of violence and pocket of statements of violence that are coming out is a test of capability and what we call capability in schools. There, when somebody tests your capability, you want to know how you can react. When you fall a prey, it will do more. So that's why I was asking that question. The people that are coming to vote, they must be guaranteed their safety. If you ask somebody to monitor his votes and make sure their vote counts, the person need to be assured that safety is there. When I was discussing with my family at home, because I've got a large family, that when I was discussing with them on phone, almost about 17 of them, from my father-in-law, it's about 11. So the 11 of them can cast their votes, and that is I think that is a big stronghold. But when I was discussing with them, these are some of the questions they were raising, that how can they guarantee their safety? They've got their card and everything. That look at the pockets of violence that is taking place in different places, and people are not doing anything. So I keep reassuring them, making them understand that it's going to be well. But I need to be reassured for me to be able to speak to those that I'm speaking to let them go in confidence. So that is why I asked that question. So actually, the way she replied, what do we do? For me, I don't want to go into that now, because this is the time to encourage every single person that has to do with Obi movement right now. So I don't want to emphasize on that. A lot of you have spoken on it. So let me quickly talk about the other way around. The question is that, is there equal right and justice in Nigeria? Is there justice there? No. So people should know the reason why they should vote. Since 2009, since 1999 till now, the justice that we are looking for, that made us to say, okay, let us practice democracy. We've not gotten that justice. It has always been a serious, much more problem than what it used to be. Even the problem we had in the military regime, things are worse right now. Then, do we really have our rights? No, our rights has been infiltrated. Our right has been taken from us. We don't have that right. Are we free? Is there freedom for us? No, the freedom is gone. The answer is no. No, do we really have opportunity? It's gone. We don't have that opportunity. The opportunity has been taken away from us. We've been robbed of that opportunity. Is there fairness in the society? The answer is no. We don't have fairness. The things are not done the way it's supposed to be done. And to the Christian, when the righteous is quiet, impunity becomes the order of the day. People that are not relevant, they become, much more relevant and celebrated. I think it is time for the Christians to actually know what to do at the right time. God has answered us long time ago. If God has to open your spiritual eyes and make you know when he answers our prayers, you will know that he even answered us before this generation. But we are afraid to carry out the physical action that God can never do for us. And that physical action is for us to take our destiny on our own hands, And how can we make that change? Because this is not time to fight, to carry gun, to do anything. Our weapon is that PVC. Let us go in mass. The way we stay in queue, I'm speaking to Christians all over the world, and likewise Muslims. The way we stay in queue to enter the church, the way we go in mass to attend mass in the Catholic faith, the way we go in mass to go into our large churches in the large congregation, the way we go run in time to go into the mosque to pray to Allah, the way we respect the time of the Lord. Let us use that same spirit to go straight and cast our vote for the right person and make the right choice, so that as we begin to ask God if our prayers has been answered, he would finally tell us to come and testify. What we are doing right now is not the right thing. Until you are physically comfortable, your spirit is roaming about. That is the word of God. When your spirit is comfortable, you will be physically comfortable as well, because the spirit word interprets the physical word. And when the spirit is in order, and you cannot put your physical in order, then you becomes a failure. God has answered for a very long time. Let us use our PVC to see what God has for us, so that we'll finally enjoy the pace of true democracy. It's very interesting. Believe it or not, I've enjoyed what it takes to belong to a society where you enjoy true democratic rules, where people right is being respected, where people are not, where people's freedom are not being infringed upon, where people are given that fairness. I've enjoyed it, and I want Nigeria to enjoy it. And if you feel it, you will never want to go back. So I have to ask everyone to do the right thing. Come 25th, let us vote for Labour Party, Papa, Mama, and Peking, and it shall be well with us. Thank you very much, Nigeria Watch. Thank you, lefties.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you all.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that have joined us today. Now, God bless all of you now. We're rounding up straight away right now. Thank you. Our guest, Ndi Kato, thanks for coming in. I really do appreciate you. If we need you back, certainly we'll invite you again. My people, continue to support us, encourage us, share our videos, like our videos. Support us financially by hitting on the dollar sign right there on the comment section. Whenever we are here, put a lot of smiles on our faces, and they also encourage us to do more for you. I appreciate every one of you that super chatted us today. We are very, very grateful. Thank you. We are not taking none of you for granted. Those of you that shared our videos today, we want to say we are very, very grateful. We are not taking any of you for granted. Those of you that liked, our panelists, all of you, we are very, very grateful. All our spectators, we have spectators that are following us, but most of them don't come on air, but we appreciate everybody equally. Thank you very much, my people. Now, God bless you. Now, without you guys, we cannot do this alone, as you all know. Please continue to share our videos, and let's continue to fight for what is right and stand for what is right. Mr. Peter Obi or nothing. 10 days to go. He's running very, very fast right now. He's counting down. By this time tomorrow, when we're on air, we're going to be saying 9 days to go. You know what that means. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Please, can we take these likes, to 300? We have 292 likes right there. If you are there with us, please hit on the like button. And if you are still watching us right now, please vote. We have a poll. Just vote, because we are bringing the poll in right now. Press on the like button, please. Take it to 300. Press on the like button. Press on the like button here. 293. I just want that to complete 300. I think that will be fair. I appreciate every one of you. Now, God will bless you now. Trust me. We are getting close. I can't wait for every one of us to celebrate together here. Press on the like button, my people. I'm watching the like button. My eyes is right there right now. 295, while we have 99 share. Can somebody take the share to 100? One person just share and maybe you'll be 100, maybe around 2. On the likes is 295, 295, 295. I want the likes to be 300 before I hit on the button. Okay. Maybe the likes will get there before we deal with this poll. Let me bring the poll in. This is the poll today. How many people who voted and all that? Let's take it from here. Okay, as you all know that for the past about 2 weeks now, we'll be putting out the poll every day, to keep our own faith and belief here. Thank you very much, my people. Let me take everything off screen, please. Thank you. All right, we have a poll right there. Will Mr. Peter Obi emerge as the next president of Nigeria comes 25th February 2023? 94% say yes, while 6% say no. So, and we have 700 votes. 700 votes according to the time I screenshotted, So, but at this moment now, we have more than that now, I guess. Let me quickly check. We have 704 vote now, but it's still the same results. Still the same result, 94% to 6%. All right, we are doing well. Our labor will never be in vain by the special grace of Almighty God. I appreciate every one of you. Please, can we press the like button, the thumbs up right there on your screen? Press it. We have 297, just 3 to go. Yes, thank you. We now have 103 shares. For those of you that just shared now, about 3 or 4 people, thank you. God bless you. For those of you that have not shared, please copy the link, take along with you to go put in another platform where you belong. The like, we are still waiting for 3 likes before we can go. Press the like button, please. Press the like button. Press the like button. Yes, 299. Just one more to go. Just one more to complete it. Now, God will bless you now. Thank you, everybody that liked and shared today. I appreciate you all. Now it's 300. Now, God will bless you. Now, I appreciate every one of you, my people. I will say, have a good night. And I will draw the curtain. Take care, my people. Bye for now.